Hi guys, and welcome to UserEngage Demo, during which I will tell you more about the marketing automation platform that enables you to collect the data about every single person visiting your page and automate all the marketing processes. So guys, let us start from the very beginning. UserEngage is the marketing automation platform that facilitates the work with the data you have in order to help you with a real-time communication using live chat, emails, forms and models, so pop-ups, plus the entire automation. I will also speak about our CRM and mention the analytics. Last but not least, we will also speak about the way you can organize not only your external flows, external processes, but also internal ones to organize your work in terms of activities and tasks. So guys, when you install UserEngage on your page, you're able to communicate with your users in a real time using our live chat. But what it does, it's the magic, meaning that from that moment on, when you install the widget, you start collecting the information about every single visitor. And guys, we will start with the data collection tool because it's really the very beginning of the entire marketing flows. So what you see here is our people section with the table where we collect the information about the people. And you may ask, okay, that's really cool, but what kind of information do I collect? Firstly, we need to divide attributes into standard and custom ones. Standard attributes is everything that goes together with the app. So you don't have to worry about sending any kind of additional information to UserEngage. Speaking about email, first, last seen, geolocation, web source, everything is sent automatically. So it's up to you what kind of columns you want to see. But for example, for me, it's super important to know all the lists that I have added my customers, my users, subscribers to. Or for me, it's crucial to know the country. So it's up to you what kind of columns you want to see. What are custom attributes though? Custom attributes is something that I do care about. So for me, as let's say I'm running a SaaS platform, it's essential to know how many days of a trial there is left for a specific person. Why? Because every time when there is just 3 days and it expires, there will be an automated message to every single trial user with a question like, hey, do you need more time exploring the app so that we can extend the trial? Custom attributes, whatever you want to collect about your visitors, customers. So it's absolutely up to you. And there is the third category that I'm going to show you in filters. Filters is our, let's say, search engine. So you can send a super sophisticated, don't worry about this word because it's not really as complicated as it seems, it's very sophisticated request to the database. I will show you in a non-technical way what it means. So hey, show me every single person whose email I have. So email has any value. At the same time, these people from that group haven't visited my page for more than 14 days. On top of that, the first visit was from Facebook, all right, and they haven't imported any data to my application. So for example, I'm running an application, a SaaS application, and they haven't really explored it. As discussed before, we have these two types of attributes, and the third category, events. What are events? Events are really whatever your user of the page does on your whatever is done by a user on your page. For example, let's say that there's a button, download an ebook. So whenever somebody hits the button, it sends the information to UserEngage. So if somebody wants to exit, if somebody wants to leave your page, it will send an exit event, meaning that you can automate your exit pop-up, so it's really, really useful. Or whenever somebody registers, and you can create as many events as you want. If you have any questions connected with this aspect, you will find the link to the instruction just in the description of this video, just below it. So guys, I can send such a request, meaning such a question to the database, and I will have the results right away. But you may ask, okay, that's really cool. I'm going to clear the filters. But you are going to have a lot of people visiting you, or different kind of contacts that you have imported, and you want to organize them in segments. No problem. What you have here are segments that I have already created. For example, if I click with email, as you can see, standard attribute email has any value, and I simply created a segment out of it, so that the folks are updated in the real time. Whenever somebody is new with the email, it will change to 9. So that's the very first thing. On top of that, not only for the matter of managing your data, but also for understanding which stage of the funnel a specific visitor, a specific user is. And you can also assign your agents, meaning consultants, to specific segments. What does it mean? So let's say I'm a consultant that speaks English pretty well, and I'm responsible for all the English-speaking conversations. How do I know that they are English? Because in filters, I go with browser language English. So it will be contains English. In such a situation, whenever somebody has been classified to that segment, the person will be assigned to me because I'm an English-speaking consultant. Okay, from that view, you can of course manage your users. You can create a new one manually, so you can insert one by one if you don't prefer to, send a CSV file or using our public API. You can always send a message, let's say to this user, I want to send an email. I can also send a chat message or decide on an SMS, on a text message if I have the phone number. But what I am really excited about is the data that we collect about every individual visitor, user, customer, however you call them. Why? Because you know exactly what a specific person is doing on your page. You see all the page views. So what kind of pages were viewed and are being viewed by a specific person. So the view refreshes in a real time. If the person comes now, I will have the status updated. What's more, I see all the chat messages that have ever been exchanged with that person. The same with email campaigns. I know where the person clicked, meaning that there were certain links, and if the person clicked it, or if the person just, didn't really bother to open it. I see all the events, if the person, downloaded an ebook, etc., and so on and so forth. Guys, on the left, you can see segments, tags, and lists. What are these? Deals and companies, also with new activity, these things are connected with our CRM. I will speak about it very briefly here because I just wanted to indicate that all the data that you have in your CRM connected with deals, activities, they can be seen in the user profile. So for example, if there is a deal of, 200,000, it will be seen here. And if you wish, not only can you add a note about a specific person, but you can also add an activity, meaning that if there is an email to be sent or a phone call, whatever you prefer, you establish the categories, you can add it to the profile. You can also send a chat message to a specific person or a new email. So guys, to cut the long story short about data collection, because I can go on and go on, but no, that's not the point. I want to go on to the conversations, so communication. With UserEngage, you get live chat that you can have on your page. You can switch it off if you prefer, but it's available if you prefer to have it. And in a real time, you can keep communicating with your users, visitors. And what is super helpful is that you know exactly where the person is when the message is sent. So when the person is checking your pricing, you will know that the person is checking your pricing. Or for example, if somebody is offline and you've got the email address, the message goes, my answer goes directly to that email. And if the person responds, I will have the message in here with a small label, email. So you keep track not only who the person is, but also where the person is at the moment. And in this way, you can also predict the future behavior. As you can see, I just have two agents and one group that I have created. Do you remember that I mentioned that whenever somebody writes from a specific segment, you can assign the conversations automatically. However, I can also do it manually. So I go with this and I assign it to my friend. One more thing that I wanted to mention, that if you keep getting the same questions like, hey, what's your pricing, or what are the delivery options, you can go with default replies and you can just simply do it like this and it's all done. So it's really, really simple. So guys, that's about chat. Of course, speaking about communication, we cannot forget about campaigns. You can send email campaigns using UserEngage. You decide if you want to send a simple one or for automation. Simple, meaning, now I want to send to all the folks whose email address I have a newsletter. For automation, if I want to send an email after registration, I will leave it for later whenever somebody registers. Let me show you what kind of statistics do we get with campaigns. Let's say we have a campaign. Of course, this is just an example. We know exactly how many people got it, how many people opened, clicked, and so on and so forth, which can be seen then on a diagram. So we spoke about data collection, communication, emails, and now the highlight of the evening, automations. So guys, do you remember I just showed you two options for emails, which is simple and for automation. How does it work? For example, you have created an event for registration. So whenever somebody registers, you can send an email campaign. I click this one, let's say test, save. The end of story. I'm serious. The thing is that you don't need any kind of technical skills, any kind of technical knowledge to create a super powerful follow-up campaign, because if you send the email, you want to check after 24 hours if the person has clicked that the link inside that campaign or opened it. If not, you can send another email, and so on and so forth. So the thing is that you can not only create campaigns based on emails, you can also have them based on chat messages, on SMS, and you may ask, okay, very cool, but how not to get lost? Okay, give me a second. Guys, when it comes to our automation module, we speak about 3 types of elements: triggers, conditions, and actions. Triggers start the actions, condition help to filter, and action enable to, do something. So let's say that somebody visits our page, okay? And we need to answer ourselves a question. Who do I want to target? I want to target every single person whose email address I don't have. So email is unknown. At the same time, that's the very first visit of the person, and the web source was Facebook. In such a scenario, I want to wait 3 to 4 seconds, let's say 3 seconds, and after 3 seconds, I'm going to show a form, a pop-up that will encourage the person to share the, let's say, phone number or email with us for a 25% discount to our Facebook friends. In other words, you are not going to show this particular form that you create over here to different groups than the one coming from Facebook being here for the first time and no email. So we will ask for that information only that specific group. And if the person submits, you can send an email campaign plus tag them something like Facebook newsletter. But we don't have to stop here, because this is marketing, right? We nurture the leads, we take care of them, we hug them. We need to make sure that they are happy with us, with the product that we offer. But we also need to keep track internally what's going on the page. So for example, if somebody signs up or if somebody opens the email, we are going to send a notification via email to every single consultant that a specific email address, let's say, has been registered in the database, plus the person opened the email. At the same time, why not to create an activity? So whenever somebody opens the welcome message, add an activity to my CRM, email, personal email, or a phone call. It all depends on the business that you're running, but I just wanted to show you how you can connect your marketing processes together with your internal organization. One more example, not to overwhelm you, I promise. Let's say somebody sends you a chat message. And of course, we're human beings. We don't work 24 hours per day. So we're going to wait, let's say, 3 seconds. And after 3 seconds, I'm going to check if any of my consultants, agents, has responded to that message. If not, I'm going to send an automated chat message, which doesn't need to look like, it's sent by a machine. It can be super personalized based on receiver tags. So if there is the first name of the person, it will be included. If not, it will be, for example, my friend. And now it looks like this. We can have different kind of sizes of the messages. Or you can have a big one, whatever you prefer, or just a small indication. Hey, a new message. I click save and it's all done. So guys, it's a never-ending story, meaning that I can continue showing you many kind of flows. But as said before, I don't want to overwhelm you, because the thing is that you need to ask yourself a question: who you want to target and how you want to get to them. Because some of the businesses, like for some of the businesses, it's better to send a chat message because it's more personalized. But for example, e-commerce, it's better to use pop-ups, but they also need to be personalized. So as you can see, there are many options, many kind of opportunities to let's say nurture the lead properly. So guys, if you have any kind of questions, ideas about it, don't hesitate to contact me. You can find my email address in the description of this video. Plus, you can always pinch us on chat. So that's the third functionality, which is the core of UserEngage. But I need to tell you two more things. One thing is connected with our CRM because it enables you to create pipelines and organize your deals based on the stage that the person is. So for example, we have a deal for $2,000 and we are still negotiating. And then you can decide if you want to have a specific deal as won or lost, or maybe archive it. So you can organize it. And one of my favorites, it seems really simple, but it is powerful because we can add activities manually or automatically. Do you remember I just showed you in our automations that whenever something happens, you can add an activity like, hey, there's an email to be sent, so that whenever I come to work, I know what to do. So it seems easy, like come on, but on the other hand, to have everything in one place, wow, it really makes the entire work easier. Last but not least, I really must show you something connected with our dashboards. Dashboards enable you to create your own, let's say, how to call that, statistics, but with the focus on what's super important for you. Because for example, I want to add a diagram illustrating how many people were in a specific segment for the last 14 days, or show me like the tendency when it comes to tags, so we can go on with different kind of widgets, so to say, with different kind of diagrams based on your expectations, also connected with the analytics, what you want to analyze, what you want to see in front of you. So guys, to summarize it very briefly, UserEngage is the marketing automation platform that enables you to collect the data about each individual user, visitor, customer, and use that data to communicate with them in a real time using live chat, using emails, and also to automate all the processes. So how to make all the marketing and internal processes automated, and yet the communication is super personalized. Last but not least, CRM that helps you manage your deals, activities, and dashboards, analytics to let you analyze whether your marketing efforts are effective or not. Guys, thank you so much. It was a real pleasure to show you UserEngage. And if you have any questions, as previously said, find my email in the description of this video. I will be more than happy to help you. Thank you so much. It was my pleasure. Take care.